Senator Marco Rubio of Florida thinks it may be a bad precedent. He joins us tonight. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. Why all the lying about this, and what do you think is actually going on?
Well, I can tell you they're categorically lying. They're misleading people, okay? The fact that a balloon, these balloons that the Chinese have been innovating for a while, they've used them a couple times to circumvent the globe and the like. People there were pictures posted on Twitter about it, but they have never, ever crossed the entire continental United States, flying over places like where Strategic Command is based. These balloons, look, a couple things people are wondering about them. Number one, in that space between where satellites operate and where a spy plane could operate, in that zone, these things become very useful, especially if you have a lot of them, which is what it seems like the Chinese are trying to innovate. What do they have on them? The ability to take in real-time video, high-resolution photographs, potentially as well capture electronic communications. And they can loiter. That's the advantage. It's cheap. You're not looking for them because they move very slowly, and they can loiter over a period of time. So imagine in the middle of a war, one of these things in the Pacific, being able to take real-time footage, real-time, and feed it back of what's going on the ground and what's going on in the sea and so forth. So, but the notion that somehow this has been happening all along, it's just not true. I mean, because people were spotting this thing with the naked eye. I mean, they were seeing it, they were calling in, they had to warn people in South Carolina not to try to shoot them down on their own, because they were visible to people. They're just being dishonest with no reason. Well, the reason being is I think that they were caught off guard and did not respond appropriately, and now they're scrambling for answers and to deflect blame.
I mean, the Pentagon shouldn't be lying to us, right? I mean, a lot of Americans, I put myself in this category, always admired the U.S. military. But if they become a political instrument for an administration, and they seem like they are, some of their leaders are, I mean, that seems like a disfigurement of the military, and it's very discouraging to watch.
Well, and it's also, in many cases, as you've already pointed out, these unnamed sources that go off the record and leak out these little pieces of information. So we don't know if they're political appointees or civilians or someone just trying to climb up the chain of command and be promoted. But at the end of the day, we're losing focus on the fundamental issue here, and that is that the Chinese continue to develop and innovate new capabilities, including ones that appear really rudimentary and pretty simplistic, but actually could be proven to be quite effective.